Well, morning everybody. I'm back on home turf on the gravel bike, the Kinesis, and as you can see, it's my favourite terrain. Now then, the LeJoG finished a week ago. My bike was couriered back to me yesterday. I haven't put it together, hence the reason I'm out on this. There'll be a couple more, because I have to change gear in a minute. There'll be a couple more of these videos with a bit more stats and my thoughts on the 3-week trip, but I'm starting to climb. So this is part of my training ride that I trained on for LeJoG, and it starts with a pretty gentle gradient, getting steeper. You can just see the people walking and coming down the next slope, walking their dog. But that is not the beast bit. We'll get to that in a few minutes. So just very quickly, you can see it's downhill, then uphill, uphill, and right up the top where it goes around the corner of the trees, it is very steep. I think I'll chat to you when I get there. Well, that was very interesting. Couldn't get the bike into its top easiest gear, so I had to come up the hill in second top, and the legs just loved it. So clear to me, massive improvement in those 3 weeks, which you would expect, even though I'm on a completely different bike, completely different riding position, and legs that are in the wrong place, but I've got to sort that out when I get to where I'm going. So I think the next video, whenever that is, we will go through some of the statistics of the 3 weeks. Right then, nice little climb, time for some stats. So overall, cycled just over 1,000 miles on an average of 12 miles an hour. Top speed, 44.8 miles an hour. I can't remember where I did it, but now I read it, it's scary. But anyway, climbed 2.5 times the height of Everest, which I can attest to, particularly Cornwall, Devon and Scotland, Glenshee and the Lecht in particular, which were 2 mountains. Cadence was 81. That's the number of turns of the pedals per minute. That's pretty good. It's consistent anyway. Now the interesting thing for me was that in any one day, when I started my Garmin to when I finished my Garmin, was on average 6 hours. But of that 6 hours, I was only riding for 4.25 of them. Oh yeah. So the rest of that time was coffee stops, videoing, lunch, etc, etc. So if you split that 4.5 hours into 3, then really you're only riding for 1.5 hours to 2 hours tops at any one time. So I'm suggesting that anybody with a bit of cycling capability and training could quite possibly do this. Oh, here comes the steep bit. Back later. Right, on my way back from Weight Watchers, 3.5 pounds on. No surprise. Legs are solid. All muscle and not a problem. I think what surprised me is just how good the legs are on the gravel bike with 45mm tyres. It's been actually hard to hold the legs back, if I'm being honest, because they just want to go. Got a few problems with the gears at the minute, so I'm in the little ring. Don't, thank you. So yeah, very interesting. All good so far. And this is the kind of riding that I do on the way back from WW, Weight Watchers, on a Thursday. I really like this off-road, sort of gravelly, tree-lined. Didn't get much of that on LeJoG, but it's back to normal, back to my normal riding. Like I was saying earlier, the legs are just phenomenal. I just need to try and keep them in that shape. So I hope you've enjoyed the epilogue with the data, the speeds, the 2.5 times Everest and all that. I'm still a little bit in shock about my bike going 44.8 miles an hour, but well, as far as I was concerned, I was all in control, but there you go. So this is the end. This is the finish until the next adventure. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you haven't, I'm sorry about that. You need to get a sense of humour. Anyway, cheerio.